Now let's move on to the market, starting with Nigerian market updates. The NSE All-Share Index up 1.75% today, closing at 35,109.33. Year-to-date performance is 25%. The gain seen in Dangote Cement up 3.8%. Also, UAC Nigeria, Total, Nigerian Breweries and Guinness. Losses in Ashika Cement, ETI, RT Briscoe and Beta Glass. Now, joining me to discuss the activities in the equities market is Adegboyega Olatunde. He's a managing director of Primera Africa Securities. Boyega, it's great to have you with us on the show today.
Hello, Didi.
Now, Dangote Cement, of course, recorded a surge of 10% gains yesterday, and now we see 3.8% today. Now, this indicates a significant positive shift in investor sentiment towards that stock. Now, how optimistic are you towards the upward trend?
Okay, let's put it in perspective. Over the past 2 days, Dangote has gained about 14.2%. Considering the fact that it accounts for about 25% of our market capitalization, Dangote alone has added about 3.5% out of the 5% the market has gained over the past 2 days. First quarter results were released. Revenues grew by about 39%. PBT was up about 80%. So that is very, very positive in that light. We expect the uptrend to continue, but we feel we might see some moderation when it gets to around the 190 to 200 naira range. You might see some type of resistance at that level.
Let's move on to Q1 results from Presco. Not so great, however, the stock went up 0.6%. However, still that stock has done pretty well this year, gaining 42%. So what conclusions can you draw from the response from the market today?
Regarding Presco?
Yes.
Presco in particular, a cursory look at the results will tell you that the key thing that impacted it was how they classified, whether it was how they classified gains or losses on their biological assets. Looking at the result, last year they had a 1.27 billion gain on biological assets that added significantly to profitability. This year it was a loss of about 460 million. So that was the key thing that actually impacted that result. But the market, surprisingly, Presco went up by 0.62% today, gained 15 kobo today. On the back of the register, the closure of register is still sometime forward. I believe it's this month. And there's 1 naira dividend that it hasn't been marked for. So the response to the result today has been basically lukewarm.
Okay, but has that company's results affected the performance of the agricultural sector as a whole today?
No, it didn't impact it significantly. You should also note that Okomo is still outstanding. Okomo hasn't been marked for the 7 naira dividend and the bonus of a 1-for-1. So the agriculture index, in terms of how it impacted, it was very insignificant today.
Also, Q1 results from Nestle, revenue up 7%, but profit after tax down 3%. Did that result fall in line with your expectations?
Yes, we know that as a food manufacturing concern, Nestle's revenues are largely impacted. A key proportion of those revenues we tend to see in the fourth quarter. So we saw marginal declines in the first quarter is not something I'd be too worried about.
However, I mean, we of course saw that stock hit a year high of 981 naira back in February after the company's full year results came through. Now that stock traded flat today in response to the Q1 results, but in the short term, could we start to see that stock go down?
I doubt it. Nestle is what people would regard as a vintage stock. Nestle also accounts for about 7% of the total market capitalization. And you have a lot of foreign institutional buying into Nestle. So I basically feel there is some sort of support level between the 880 to 900 naira range. So whenever it declines to that range, you tend to see increased participation at those levels. So that's why I don't believe it will decline significantly.
Now, Mansard Q1 recently released as well, showing a 10% decline in gross premiums. Now, we did not see the market react much to that result, with the stock trading flat at 2.40 naira. But your expectations for that stock going forward?
Well, basically, Mansard first quarter results were okay. Full year results, we know the company declared a 7 kobo dividend. They had previously declared a 4 kobo dividend. Full year's dividend was about 11 kobo. Dividend yields were currently about, what, 4.6%. But generally, for the stocks in the insurance sector, I think it's still a caveat emptor scenario where buyers are somewhat cautious regarding it, irrespective of the fact that some of the companies are actually doing a lot better than they were this time last year.